focusing on the waters.
In Virginia Beach, Leandra Head, News 3.
And we have an update on the 5 service members who died in a helicopter crash off the California coast last week. U.S. Navy officials have released their names. 2 of the 5 were from Virginia. Lieutenant Paul Fridley, a pilot from Annandale, Virginia, and Naval Air Crewman James Buriak from Salem, Virginia. The 5 sailors were declared dead yesterday after days of search and rescue failed to locate them. Their aircraft went down during a routine flight operation on Tuesday, we're told. Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Mike Gilday said, quote, "We stand alongside their families, loved ones, and shipmates who grieve." One crew member survived the crash and was rescued. The helicopter was based on board the carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. The Navy tells News 3 the incident is still under investigation. And September is Suicide Prevention Month, and the Hampton VA wants to make sure that it's stepping up its support of veterans. So they've launched a campaign called Reach Out. Reporter Erin Miller explains how it works.
Reaching out isn't always as simple as it sounds, but a continual push from the VA is making sure veterans don't carry their burdens alone.
We have a strong emphasis on mental health and suicide prevention with our veteran population.
September is Suicide Prevention Month, and those at the Hampton VA Medical Center want to walk with veterans through all of life's big moments.
We have stresses in our lives, so even good things like marriages, getting a job, then bad things like losing a job, and of course everything that's happening in the country right now, that can be overwhelming.
Also overwhelming, the end of the war in Afghanistan and the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Because of this, call volume, virtual visits, and in-person visits are up. The Hampton VA says they have providers and teams in place to help.
So it's a team that has a psychiatrist, nurse practitioner, social worker, and they can pretty much take care of any of those walk-in or urgent concerns same day.
These services will also be coming to the South Side. A new community-based outpatient clinic is set to be built on the Chesapeake Regional Healthcare Campus, opening in 2024.
Approximately 50 to 60% of our veterans are on the South Side.
For now, you can head to the Reach Out website. There you'll find 5 ways to take action for your mental health, hear testimonials from other veterans, and connect with local resources.
We build services around making sure we have the resources available to our veterans when they need them.
In Hampton, Erin Miller, News 3.
And this footnote, the hospital suicide prevention team is also partnering with the Hampton Newport News Community Services Board. They plan to host the Shatter the Silence Forum that's taking place on September 17th. There will also be an interactive walk at Langley Air Force Base that's happening September 23rd. And finally, there will be an online 9/11 remembrance ceremony. Well, there were some heart-stopping moments on Interstate 664 near the College Drive overpass this morning. That's in Suffolk. A car somehow caught fire and the driver was rescued by passing motorists. Now, this was the scene as Suffolk Fire and Rescue arrived on scene. This happened sometime after 8 this morning. The car was off the roadway on fire, and you can see there the smoke was billowing in the air. The driver had already been pulled from the car by Good Samaritans. Rescue units provided medical aid to the driver, who was taken to the hospital. We're told the driver's injuries are life-threatening. The cause of the accident is under investigation by Virginia State Police.
Well, tracking this cold front that could bring a little bit of wet weather around for your Labor Day, but I'll let you know when to expect our best chance for storms this week, coming up in your first warning 7-day forecast.
As the Delta variant continues to spread, some COVID-19 hotspots are seeing record hospitalization numbers. CBS News correspondent Deborah Alvarone has the latest.
In COVID-19 hotspots around the nation, the summer surge is not showing signs of letting up.
Our situation is dire. We are setting case records. We have a record number of Kentuckians in the hospital battling COVID, in the ICU battling for their lives.
The highly contagious Delta variant continues to fuel the surge, while only just over half of Americans are fully vaccinated. According to a CDC report released last week, COVID hospitalization rates for teenagers and children rose nearly 5 times from the end of June to mid-August.
You'll get more children infected,
In fact, when they get infected, just on a pure basis of the relative number of people that will actually get into the hospital, you're going to wind up seeing more children in the hospital.
Dr. Anthony Fauci says the Biden administration may still meet its September 20th timeline of offering COVID booster shots. But the infectious diseases expert at the National Institutes of Health adds that the Moderna shot could see approval a bit later.
The bottom line is very likely at least part of the plan will be implemented, but ultimately the entire plan will be.
Despite the unrelenting pandemic, millions of Americans are traveling this Labor Day weekend. This California resident is visiting Las Vegas.
Wearing your mask, protecting yourself, cleaning your hands, it's all you can do because you never know.
The CDC recommended that unvaccinated Americans not travel on the holiday weekend. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
The new school year starts this week, and if your child is feeling anxiety, they're not alone. Many children have those feelings around the start of the school year, even parents. A counselor based in Virginia Beach has been speaking to parents who say some concerns include in-person learning and the chances of returning to virtual learning again.
There's been some decrease in the anxiety over that just because this is something we've done before at this point.
So she's recommending that children take on more activities, clubs, and sports during the school year. Most of all, parents are urged to listen to children the moment they express any anxious concerns. Well, right now, school systems say that there is still a desperate need for bus drivers in the area. It's a crisis we've told you about before here on News 3, and apparently it's gotten worse.
We are still dealing with a shortage of drivers, and we have approximately 120 vacant bus driver positions today. We are still actively recruiting, trying to encourage anyone that wants to come on as a bus driver, encouraging them to go online and apply.
So anyone interested can apply online, as he mentioned. You can also find a link to that application on WTKR.com.
From the JES First Warning Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Patrick Rocky.
You know, I don't know if we could ask for better weather for the Labor Day holiday weekend. It hasn't been too hot, not too muggy. We have been dry. May change a little bit as we take you into Labor Day itself. It's still going to be mild tomorrow. There will be a slight chance for a shower or storm. It's only about a 20% chance, so I think most of us will be staying dry. Different story as we head toward midweek, though. Showers and storms are looking likely as a pretty powerful cold front moves in. Speaking of powerful things, we've got Larry churning out in the Atlantic. It will not have a direct impact on us, but the hurricane will bring us rough surf and the threat for rip currents as we head through this week. So here is the storm, and we will get a fresh update at 11 o'clock from the National Hurricane Center, but it is still a very well-formed storm, a Category 3 hurricane with 125 mile per hour sustained winds, wind gusts up to 155, and it's moving off to the northwest at 13, is expected to make its way generally toward Bermuda, which is right there, and then move to the east of Bermuda. It is going to push a lot of water toward the east coast, and that's going to mean rough surf, and that's going to mean the threat for rip currents as we head through this week. And as Leandra told us a little bit earlier, after tomorrow, we're going to have fewer lifeguards at our area beaches, and so you need to be really careful if you're going to be heading out to the beach this week. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3 cold fronts on the way. The first, we mentioned earlier, brings us a slight chance for a shower or storm around for tomorrow. Number 2 is likely going to wash out before it gets here. It's number 3 way out here on the west coast that brings us our best chance for showers and thunderstorms as we get toward midweek. Right now here at home, things are quiet. You notice a little bit of wet weather off to our north. And for the most part, that's where it's going to stay. We'll have a slight chance for some showers as we head, especially into the afternoon for tomorrow. We're not talking about a lot in the way of wet weather, more clouds than anything else. There we are at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. As we fast forward here into Tuesday, skies clear quite a bit, and we have some pretty nice weather on the way with blue skies and sunshine with just a few passing clouds from time to time. Things go downhill a bit on Wednesday, especially as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures today, warmer than it has been, but still not bad at all for Labor Day weekend. 85 are high at Norfolk International, 84 is normal, so for the first time in a while, a little bit above normal for today. And for tomorrow, we expect temperatures in the low to mid 80s, so really pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. some passing clouds, about a 20% chance for a shower or a storm around, topping out around 83 in Williamsburg tomorrow, 79 in my hometown, Newport News. Same story for Cape Charles on the beautiful eastern shore. On the Outer Banks tomorrow, temperatures in the low to mid 80s and mid to upper 80s across the Albemarle of North Carolina. So we'll have a mixture of clouds and sunshine tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the 60s when you wake up, warmer than it has been the past couple of mornings. And by the afternoon, we're talking low to mid 80s with that mix of clouds and sunshine and a slight chance for a shower or storm around. It gets very warm and muggy as we head toward Tuesday, especially Wednesday before that third cold front moves in. And that one brings us a very good chance for showers and thunderstorms around. And then I like the drop in temperatures behind that cold front. After some lingering wet weather on Thursday morning, we're talking highs in the afternoon in the upper 70s again.
I'm zeroing in on that taste of fall that you keep talking about after it heats up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Patrick.
As we get ready for week 1 of the NFL season, one of the league's star quarterbacks opens up about testing positive for COVID-19. We've got that and more next in the Chevrolet Sports Report.
Now, News 3 Sports with Megan Plain.
There are now less than 2 hours until it is officially week 1 of the NFL season, a season that will look a lot closer to normal with fans packing stadiums again on Sundays. But while it will look normal, it's still not. COVID-19 still has a huge impact being made, including at the NFL level, which continues to keep protocols in place to